Good morning, or no, it's not morning, it's 3:30. I'm just very used to saying good morning, because normally these vlogs would be filmed at like 5 a.m., 4:45. But a little bit different day. It is a Saturday. I am up at the school. I got some boys volleyball stuff to take care of. And while we're here, I am also going to get kind of like a power and hypertrophy workout done. So no Olympic lifting today, no squatting. I'm going to bench and do some back, some abs, and then we are going to do some sprinting and some jumping, just for like that plyometric and power development. But I just kind of wanted to chat a little bit about yesterday's progress. So improved 15 pounds in the snatch, or 7 kilos. So went from hitting a 111 snatch, so 245 pounds, to a 118 in a week. And truly that was an improvement, because last week I missed 116 or 255, also missed 113, and I don't know, just felt better. I'm really not, I didn't gain a significant amount of weight. I think just the consistent training is kind of paying off too. And then I had been so stuck. I've hit a 300-pound clean multiple times, and either kind of missed or made the jerk inconsistently. But yesterday, kind of after implementing some of those abs like I talked about, absolutely smoked 143, 315 for an improvement as well. And the back squat, like 5 pounds up, is more of like a normal increase, kind of in a bulking phase, or kind of looking at that, I guess, progressive overload. But as far as the Olympic lifting stuff goes, I think that's more attributed to all the technique work that I've been doing. But I've only gotten in really like one hypertrophy training session in, and so I do want to get that done today. And I haven't done any jumping this week, and so we're going to get that done too. I didn't have as many carbs as I would like today. We had a kind of brunchy coffee date with the wife and some friends, and then what did I have there? I had bacon, egg, and cheese wrap. On my way to the gym, I had a few sugar cookies just to get some carbohydrates in. But yeah, kind of saving my calories. And I think normally in past bulks, I would have just kind of housed whatever food. Now I'm really trying to be a little bit more strict on, yes, being in a calorie surplus, but not overdoing it. So saving a few of my calories. My wife and I are going to do Chipotle tonight. So I'm going to go a little ballistic on the Chipotle food. But it will be within reason. So gonna try to shoot some videos. I'm just kind of catching a pump and getting some of those sprints on film and some of the jumps on film, and then just kind of take care of the volleyball stuff that I need to take care of. So should be an exciting session. It's gonna be tough to beat yesterday. Like, truly, I kind of live for those moments of those big Fridays and going heavy, but still going to enjoy the process of working on the things that I need to work on, that oftentimes weightlifters choose to ignore just because they're fatigued from doing the actual Olympic lifts. But more mature of an athlete now, and not going to ignore those weak points. My chest being one, my vertical jump being another, and then my sprinting power output being the third. So kind of working on everything that I need to work on today. So it should be a good day. It'll be a challenge to work on the things that I'm not great at, but that is what we train for. So I hope you guys have an excellent Saturday. This vlog should probably come out Sunday morning. And make sure that if you are an Olympic weightlifter, you're getting your hypertrophy training done. That's the message for today. So we'll catch you guys later.
All right, so a little bit different of a training session. So starting off here, I guess the session in total, I did some 10-yard sprints and then some 20-yard sprints. And these first ones, not necessarily like max effort, but just kind of building up. And so normally during a plyometric session, I would start with some shorter sprints and then get into a little bit longer sprints, but like 20 yards at most, and then do some bounding, and then some vertical jumping. And I was going to do bounding, but I switched to my basketball shoes, or my volleyball shoes technically, and they were a little wet from the snow, and I completely slipped out and landed on my butt really hard. So we kind of ditched the whole bounding practice. But as you can see in these sprints, I guess they're okay. And I mean, ultimately, I'm not going to be like joining any sprint races anytime soon, but my hips are rising way too fast early on. I'd like to keep those a little bit lower. And I think as far as like forward lean, I could be getting my front legs out a little bit further ahead of me and pulling the ground more. I'm just kind of going up and down, moving my feet really fast, and definitely could be a better sprinter. But ultimately, just the stimulus of sprinting is what I wanted to get out of this session. I will tell you, my feet were insanely sore, and then my hip flexors were super tight, which is, I mean, in the short term, kind of annoying, but long term, kind of thinking about that, it's good to hypertrophy some of those muscles that I wouldn't otherwise get some stimulus into without doing the sprinting. Another good thing that this is going to produce is just like some kind of power development in the legs. So a good sprinting session. Was kind of fatigued in the places that I wanted to be fatigued in. And then we are jumping into just some kind of rebounding jumps at 24 inches just to get warmed up. Here's 30. I'm just kind of trying to jump with as minimal force, but still get some decent height. Then we get into like around 36 inches. Pretty easy. What these are going to do is not only provide like a maximal like ground force contact time, but also when you are falling down, you're going to get some good stimulus and feedback from the landing portion as well. A couple of reps at 40 inches, starting to jump with a little bit more max effort. 46, really easy. And then I jumped to what I've been shooting for the last couple of weeks, which is a 50-inch box jump. And honestly made it pretty easy. I think I might have had a little bit more in me, but the ab was kind of feeling it, especially with the bracing pre-jump. And then got some work. So before this, I did a bunch of sets of like 10, 12, and 8 in bench. And then I just kind of wanted to see what I could get for like a 1 rep max, but not like a true like all-out effort. Just kind of like I guess you would call it like an RPE 8. So 205 went pretty easy. 225 pretty easy. And I've never actually benched over my body weight until today. So 235, weighing in at like 227. And this was actually pretty easy. So I think it would be cool to get a 300-pound bench. I'm going to start training a little bit more. I think I've kind of talked about that in previous videos, but yeah, I was able to get it.